Hello, this is GameWatt Jam. I'm Chris, aka the Dark Wall Jam. This week we'll be looking at Game Jam's Jam. By the way, I'm in the process of losing my voice, so that's why I sound a little funky. The first jam is the 2 Months of Madness Jam. This one is actually a series of jams, 8 in total, 1 per week. There are 3 categories to win in each week: art/music, gameplay, and stability. At the end of the 2 months, an overall winner will be announced. All entries will be showcased on the host's YouTube channel, bxchrono at youtube.com.net, at thiswebspace.gov. We have unfortunately missed the first of the 8 jams because of the way this series is timed, but luckily that's not really a big deal. You still have 7 more chances to enter. The second jam starts on April 21st and ends on April 28th. The third one starts the next day and lasts another 7 days. And they follow that pattern to the end of time, or to the last jam that starts on the 8th of June, whichever comes first. Use the hashtag 2 Months Madness Week 2, or Week 3, or Week 4, or Week so on, depending on which week you are entering on. The next jam is the Space Crow Foundation Official Jam, work in progress. This is a bit of a gamble. There's no description for this jam. We have no idea what it is. But the phrase work in progress gives me faith that a description will be provided at some point. This reminds me of those surprise theme jams, only on a whole new level. You never know, this could be the greatest jam ever. This jam starts on April 25th and ends on June 29th. Use the hashtag GamingWithCrows. The last upcoming jam of the week is the Adventure Jam 2017. You can tell it's good because the title ends in a year. That's not even a joke. Jams ending in years are just better 99% of the time, probably because they were good enough last time to warrant a sequel. If only that logic worked on movies and games. So what is the Adventure Jam 2017? It's a jam where you make an adventure game. Not much to explain. It can be a point and click, or a text adventure game, or a 3D exploration game. I think what they're saying is that the mechanics of the game don't matter so long as it is very adventureful. I must stress that it is important that you sign up for this jam so that the developers are able to contact you with information about stuff. The forum for signing up isn't available yet, but it will appear on the FAQ page of the jam. Also, there is a Discord group chat to hang out on if you struggle to find teams or help on the resources page. The jam starts on May 5th and ends on May 19th. Use the hashtag AdvJam 2017. I'm expecting this to be about 90 to 100 entries for me to cover. Thanks a lot, Ma! Speaking of uncovering the jam entries, it's time for Past Jam. No one entered the very classy jam. I'm not at all surprised by that. Jams require actual marketing, and not last-minute panic to fill a space on a web show. Hopefully, the very classy jam 2018 will do exponentially better, which, if we're talking about exponents times 0, will still mean no entries, but it'll still be better. Kinda. I don't know. Stop asking me these questions. You may remember the hacking jam from ages ago. It only ended recently. No entries. But I did realize we missed a jam that ended a while ago. The 48 Hours game jam had 1 entry. Space Fighters. They're fighters, and they fight space. Space didn't stand a chance. As fun as that sounds, it's actually a game about spaceships, which are still cool. This is like a 1v1 Space Invaders set of asteroids, with complex space maneuvers straight out of the scene from Spaceballs. All ages, average rating 5. I like this. I want to see it with a little more polish, maybe a few power-ups, some cool retro music. And this could be one of those trendy indie games that feel like the 80s. The developer has one other game, Gladiatorial, which is exactly the same game, set in the desert with different music. This really makes me appreciate how much those asteroids added to the gameplay. Remember when I did a really bad French accent? Well, that jam ended and had 11 entries. The Wonder Jam Ever 2017. Well, I'm sorry to say that most of the games have English-sounding names. Not that that will stop me. The theme was Overwell, Avitiraiso. 1D8. Sounds like a robot from Star Wars. Or it's a board game reference. Maybe it's One Date. I want it to be One Date. Why can't anyone take me on a date? We're moving on. I guess we'll just never know for sure because it's written in French. But this story seems pretty intense. You watch over an office through the camera as events occur in real time. I think there's something you're supposed to do about these events, but I'm not sure what. All ages, no rating. Dummy is the next game. A game where you try and walk towards the door. It says Orwell was right. A clue perhaps. Unfortunately, Orwell said a lot of things. Maybe he was right about everything though, that would explain much. Now that's not the whole game, of course. That wouldn't have required a teen rating. No, that's because of the F*** later in the game. Working is hard. Big Brother is watching you, and you jump out of a window. Is this one of those art games I've heard about? No rating, by the way. For America. Or is it Trump's Will? Or Genitals Chattons? Gentles Chattons. There's some name inconsistency with this one. Ma really wants to stress the difference between satire, parody, and fanfiction. But it's sadly unable to because this is news, not lecture. That said, this game has atmosphere and kind of funny dialogue. But maybe it's just funny because it passed through a French person. All ages, no rating. La 101 granja. Don't ask what that accent that was, leave me alone. When this game starts up, there is some very loud music, and you need a controller. Unfortunately, Ma's controller is broken, and I can't describe the game if Ma doesn't tell me what to say. All ages, no rating. Loudspeaker. It's a top-down stealth game, where you control speakers. All ages, no rating. Rebel 4. You press space, and a man laughs, and the game is over. Rating 1. Smile. Black screen and a timer. Judging by things in the HUD, I think you're supposed to be a tycoon or RTS game, but it wouldn't work properly. All ages, no rating. Team Horton's watching you. By the way, this was the overall winner of the jam because none of the other games got any votes. This is a multiplayer game. It's sort of like a stealth race where you try to get to the end of the course whilst avoiding robots and lights on the ground, except all the lights are in the middle of the room and you can just walk around them. Okay. The Office. This game comes with a text file called Fitches, which seem to be some background info on the characters in the game. This is honestly a neat idea. This is trying to play like Papers, Please, except you play a judge that decides the verdict of criminals at the desk instead of a court. I think this is a cool idea, but it's an idea that deserves more innovation. You should be able to get off your desk and investigate further to make extra specially sure you're not sending innocent people to jail. I want to see the developer take this further. Teen, average rating 5. Under the Big Eye. I think this is like a multiplayer FPS matchmaking game. I watched the lobby camera for a while and wanting to join. I just saw people walking around in a Mirror's Edge super hot stylized world. And finally, watch out. You walk around in Orwellian City. This one had some nice atmosphere. I wish I could understand what the characters were saying. Teen, no rating. That's all this week, folks. Next time, we'll be reading articles from the fireside. This is GameWatt. Stay indie. Stay indie. Stay indie. I'm Chris, aka The Dark Wall. Oh God, my voice is killing me. I guess we'll just never. Oh my God, my voice! Damn it! This is so annoying. I need the what there. Damn it.